Hello and welcome to another Rightly Wittering. This is still a cup of Kenyan. Cheers. Today we've finished the oranges and now we've got the excitement of the browns from Diamine. Saddle brown, chocolate brown, dark brown, rustic brown, golden brown and deep dark brown. So let's see what they look like. Okay, and today you're privileged because the new book Dead Don't Wait comes out on the 31st of July, and so you can have an exclusive look at what it looks like, and I'll be writing from this just for you. And first of all, we're going to use some golden brown from Diamine, and this is a very interesting colour. I can tell you now because I've just spilt it all over my desk and my hands. That's quite an interesting colour. Feels very, very smooth. But when it dries, it's a nice colour. My daughter made the interesting comment that she thought that Diamine Golden Brown looked like a cross between horse poo and sheep poo when it went on. Not the best description. I think it's quite a nice colour. It's sort of a yellowish, goldenish brown, as it says on the tin. Gives good shading and all the rest. But anyway, let's move on quickly to saddle brown. Here we go with a bit of rustic brown. That's a nice colour actually, I like that. It's sort of like a dark aubergine, isn't it? As you say, it's very nice one. So that's going to be one of the outtakes, is it? So my daughter's just got a nice picture of how I spilled all this. Never mind, chocolate brown next. I think I pressed a little bit too hard then. That's why I just got too much ink in it. You'll be glad to know, with this one, I haven't spilt the ink. So having done saddle brown, rustic brown, chocolate brown, now we're on to dark brown. Ooh! I like that one a lot. Just to show that this is a Cult Pens version, let's have a look at the label on the side instead of just at the top. Deep dark brown. And now, just to even things out, I've got some Havane from Waterman, which is very, very old, so this is probably a bit darker than it should be necessarily, but I thought it would be interesting just to give a test. And as I say that, the dog started dreaming and she's barking in her sleep behind me. Ignore that if you don't mind. That, I think, was quite an interesting, fun experiment. So now, just looking at the different browns, you can see the Diamine Ochre is not quite as red as the Diamine Rustic Brown. Diamine Sepia is similar to Golden Brown, but I'd say the Diamine Sepia is actually more golden than the Golden Brown. The Golden Brown sort of has a greenish tinge, which my daughter hates. She thinks the Rustic Brown, more of an aubergine colour, she thinks that's really nice. That reminds me a lot of Dragon Red Dragon? Yeah, a darker version of Red Dragon, perhaps. Diamine Chocolate Brown is really astonishingly dark. Cult Pen's Deep Dark Brown is actually slightly less dark, I think, than Chocolate Brown. The Chocolate Brown tends to pop off the page more than the Deep Dark Brown does, which is a bit of a surprise. The Dark Brown, I think, is a lovely colour. Really, really like that. Out of all of the colours on this page, I think it's the Dark Brown from Diamine and the Rustic Brown. I don't disagree with my daughter. It is a very nice colour. I like the saddle a bit, but it's not as hot, I don't think. And then we've also got Waterman's Havane, which is, again, a very good, quite pleasantly shading colour. Sort of a dark aubergine, in fact, I would say. I don't know if that will come out on the camera so well, but this does look like a sort of very similar to the Rustic Brown colour, but just much darker. A very interesting selection, though, I think. And with all of the other browns that Diamine have, it's down to you to pick which one you think is the one that would probably suit you and your pens best. But for my money, I think possibly the dark brown, possibly the rustic brown. Rustic brown would be a good replacement for Oxblood or Red Dragon for my pen, I think. And so there you have it. One nice collection of 6 browns. Hope you enjoyed that. Quite an interesting set of comparisons in colours, I think. And if you'd like to support this site, go to the Patreon link down the bottom. And if you want to make a comment, go and put a comment down there. And if you want to like it, subscribe it, share it, and all those other good things, it's all down the bottom. You know where it is. And in the meantime, I'm going back to a cup of tea, and I'll see you soon. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers.